Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We're continuing Dark. This is Season 2, Episode 6, and in German it is titled Ein unendlicher Kreis. And they've translated that to An Endless Cycle here on Netflix. And I can just hear Adam saying something like that in one of his many speeches that we're kind of getting used to through this season, at least so far. But man, so much going on. After the last one, our brains just pretty much turned into mush at the end there, and we just couldn't think straight. There's so much going on, but kind of expecting the same thing to happen here, but at least we're ready to watch it, and then we'll see how much we can talk about it, if we can talk about it afterwards, if we can, get all of our thoughts straight. You can, of course, always find our full-length reactions to Dark and all the other stuff that we are watching on our Patreon page, and the link is down in the description below. But let's do it.
Gibt es überhaupt Anfang und Ende? Oder ist alles in einer endlosen Schleife miteinander verbunden?
Oh, okay, that was some intro.
Yeah.
It's just pressing the rewind. That's the word I was looking for. Jesus. Isn't that pretty much the start of the series overall?
Yep.
He looks so different in a way. Because he hasn't been through hell.
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen, wir schlafen jetzt.
Oh.
Nicht vergessen, Katharina und Ulrich machen heute ihre Party. Komm nicht wieder so spät zurück, okay?
Ja.
Bist du sicher, dass du nicht mitkommen willst?
It's complicated.
Also, ich muss dann los.
The yellow raincoat. Oh. So this might be happening before everything we've seen so far. And like, I know it's weird talking about before and after and stuff in this show, but you know what I mean. So yeah, okay. The day before. We're all still so young and innocent. Or maybe not. Okay, so he returned to that day.
Scheiße. Von allen Tagen musst du dir ausgerechnet heute aussuchen? Wir gehen zum Arzt.
Because he chose this himself.
Yeah, of course he did.
Kommst du nachher?
Please tell us more about Alexander.
Please?
Das Krasseste ist, wenn sie Hunger hat, dann zieht sie die Leute runter zu sich.
So mean.
Sind deine Eltern glücklich?
Keine Ahnung.
So now we get the story behind the necklace thing that he left on her pillow.
Das ist der heilige Christophorus. Das ist der Schutzheilige der Reisenden.
Yeah, you guys already told us that in the comments. What are you gonna do?
Ultimate Fistbump?
Du, fass die kleine Pestbolle da hinten bloß nicht an, der hat die Röke.
Also dann bis später, Romeo.
Nein.
Didn't notice his hair had grown and looked a little different.
Huge, like, open wound on his neck.
Not totally open.
Please move.
Oh, it's her. Of course.
Alles noch lebendig.
Cool.
So ein Gefühl. Gleich was passiert. Verstehst du?
Wir haben meiner Oma Ines so ein Tablet zum Geburtstag geschenkt.
Mm.
Und ich soll ihr jetzt beibringen, wie es funktioniert.
Okay.
So don't.
Not easy to hide yourself wearing a yellow raincoat, dude. Is he gonna approach her?
Ist was passiert?
A lot.
Ist irgendwie anders.
Ich finde, wir beide passen perfekt zusammen.
But you're still related, though. Gonna notice his hair is longer.
He was just there. He was just there.
Yeah, there we go. Or not. Notice something.
Ich muss jetzt los.
He just wanted to say goodbye. He's counting on sacrificing himself, like he and Adam talked about. Or like he talked about with himself.
25 Jahre.
There you are.
Ich muss pinkeln.
Du, mach doch einfach schnell am Baum.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
Having a full-on panic attack.
Mm.
Dann sehen wir uns morgen. Ciao.
Ciao.
Poor guy.
To be young and in love. Oh, he's sweating a lot.
It's hot a lot.
Well, yeah.
Wöller, ich bin's.
Better.
Hallo Martha.
Hi.
Hi.
Schön, dass du da bist.
Oh,
Willst du was trinken?
Ja, gerne.
she's gonna be like, we just kissed earlier. And he's gonna totally be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh.
Das ist mein Lieblingssong. Ich muss tanzen.
She is drunk.
Wo ist der Champagner?
Unterm Tisch. Hier.
Wir sind so stolz auf dich.
Wo ist denn Peter?
Sommergrippe. Und Michael?
Sowas ähnliches.
Liars.
Schön, dass du da bist. Schön, dass ihr alle da seid. Prost!
She's so happy. It's totally weird to see.
Yeah.
Oh, jetzt tanzt du mal mit mir, du alter Mann.
Okay, so while everybody's partying, Jonas is gonna have a chat with his father and prevent him from
Maybe.
maybe.
Or maybe that's what pushes him over the brink.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very likely.
Ist irgendwas passiert?
He's gonna, yeah.
Oh, it must be so hard.
ist denn mit deinen Haaren?
He noticed it.
Ich weiß alles.
I think you're right.
Was?
Ich hätte merken müssen, dass was ist.
Jonas, ich habe keine Ahnung.
Lüg mich nicht an, okay? Ich weiß es. Verdammte Scheiße. Ich bin hier, damit du es nicht tust.
Ich habe darüber nachgedacht, was du am See gesagt hast.
Über Omas und das Internet? Bist du zurück zur Höhle? Wie hast du da die Passage gefunden?
Ich habe sie nicht gefunden. Jemand hat sie mir gezeigt.
Wer?
Fucking Noah? Oh, wait.
Du?
Yep.
Wie meinst du das?
This suddenly dawned on me.
Aber das ist unmöglich. Ich habe das nie getan.
Not yet.
Ich habe mich heute gesehen. Mikkel. Es kommt alles zurück. Diese Jacke, du. Vielleicht bist du gar nicht hier, um mich aufzuhalten. Sondern um mir überhaupt erst zu zeigen, was ich tun muss.
Yeah.
Gott irrt sich nicht. Er hat einen Plan. Für jeden von uns.
Er hat dich angelogen. Er hat dich exakt hierhin geführt, um genau alles wieder so auszulösen, wie es immer passiert ist.
Nein, das kann nicht sein. Adam will das auch.
Nein, das will er nicht. Wir alle müssen Opfer bringen. Auch dein Vater muss Opfer bringen.
Es ist in Ordnung.
I see why all you guys saying that this is a big episode.
Yeah.
It is. Fuck.
Ist das jetzt die Apokalypse?
Not yet. So he's still doing this at this time. She knows. Oh, they're just celebrating the three of them?
Everyone else was at.
Oh yeah, sure. And there's the sex scene that we have seen so many times. So that's when it happened. All right. So that was the consequence of him showing up and kissing her. I can't even begin to imagine how I don't even want to.
Wir machen eine Lüge zu unserer Wahrheit, um zu überleben. Versuchen zu vergessen, bis es nicht mehr geht. Wir kennen nicht einmal die Hälfte der Mysterien dieser Welt. Wir sind Wanderer in der Dunkelheit.
Du hättest ihm sagen können, was seine Aufgabe in all dem ist. Auf welchen Weg du ihn wirklich schickst.
Nicht mehr lange. Dann beginnt der letzte Zyklus.
Who the fuck are those two?
Wir alle müssen Opfer bringen, Magnus.
I was just about to say Magnus and oh fuck. And that was episode 6. So 2 more to go of season 2. Wow. As I said during the reaction, totally get why all you guys were saying that this episode is one of the big ones, or the big one. Because, wow, we got so much more information about the day before it all happened, before the series really started. And it was real nice to get a look inside of everyone's lives before it all went to shit and before everything spiraled out of control. And it was also very hard to watch. Especially with Mikael and Jonas. Because that just changed like his whole like suicide thing. It changed it all. It wasn't I can't take this anymore, I need to get away from this world, or it's the weirdness of it all, like him being Mikkel but traveling back in time, and like we thought that was what has gotten to him, and that was why he committed suicide. But no, it was a sacrifice for his own son. That changes a lot, and I'm so glad that we got this episode to spend some time with adult Mikael. What's gonna happen next? I have no fucking idea, because they threw us for a loop there at the end too, with Claudia just walking in there and starting explaining things again, and taking Jonas with her somewhere, it seems. And then then the last thing that happened was, hey, okay, Magnus and
maybe Franziska.
Maybe, I'm thinking. Like,
she was kind of blonde.
I was looking at them and being like, those two kind of look like Magnus and Franziska. And then it turned out that the guy, that was Magnus at least. But they've been so good with the casting on the show, so the fact that you could maybe already see it before they said it, that's another thumbs up to whoever was doing the casting. Man, wow, yeah. Do you have anything you want to get into in particular?
I don't know. It's just, well, there's so much pain and so much emotion and suffering and heartbreak in this series. It's tragic, and I can really feel it, like really like pulling my heart, like
yeah,
stretching it out.
There's so much emotion to this series, and it's so heavy a lot of the time, and with all the characters, and especially because we've been spending a lot of time with them all, and they've all been extremely vulnerable during the series so far, and just even seeing them at a time where they are happier and more innocent, that just makes it even more sad, because we know what's gonna happen. So it's the melancholy is just, it weighs heavily on everything that's going on in this series.
And I really think I cannot remember his name, but the guy who plays Jonas, he's doing
a very good job.
Yeah,
Holy
he's
shit.
really good. And
they hired the right young actor to be the leading role of this series, because you could argue that he is, and they even double down on it with Claudia saying that he's very important. And A World Without You, I've seen it, and that does not.
It's not what you expect.
That's not what you expect. Yeah.
It's not what you want.
So that was not the solution.
And well, the thing is, with this endless loop, because at first we went into this episode with this kind of expectation that Jonas was gonna save everything, and now he was sent back to the future to correct all of this.
Yes, because that's what Adam said.
Yeah, and then we just figure out that he's just thrown straight into the loop, and only to serve Adam's big plan here.
Whatever that is. Yeah.
And so we still don't know what this last cycle is about. And now we just know that he's thrown into this never-ending loop, this never-ending cycle.
Yes.
This
as the episode is
Ein
titled.
unendlicher Kreis. Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
And it's I am still a little bit slow on everything that has with like time loops and stuff.
It's confusing as all hell.
It's really racking my brain all the time because, well, now Claudia is there and she's saying, well, you have to do all of this, and she's kind of, also like, she's
saying that he should commit to
she's
the loop.
Still supporting the loop and make him go further with the loop, and I'm a bit like, what?
So when are we going to start making changes around
exactly
here? Like, when are we going to break the fucking loop?
This is just going to be like the never-ending cycle here, and we're never going to see the end of it. And I know it's a cycle, so there's no end, but these people are kind of those people that with a plan, at least, they are kind of trying to like disrupt the circle at some point, and we don't really know how and when and where and everything, and it's really confusing. And even though we are ending the season finale, it's still just, and then there's a whole nother season that's probably gonna be like as well, so it's just one big
but the next season is gonna be the end, so hopefully they're not gonna end with everything just being like, oh, there's no ending, it just continues, there's a loop, or there's no clear ending and it just cut off, or you won't get any resolution. And like, I could compare it to another series I've watched as well that didn't really bring me any resolution by the end of it, and it was a very confusing series as well. Some of you might know what I'm talking about here, but
Twin Peaks.
Yeah, it's spoiler alert if you're really into Twin Peaks and you're in the middle of it or haven't seen it or anything. It's just
I'll plan on it.
It's just, don't expect everything to be wrapped up neatly in that series, at least. And I don't know if I'm expecting Dark to, wrap everything up neatly in a bow and all that, but
well, not everything has to.
No.
I mean, some things I do believe they should end, like put an end to, like the whole bigger plot with Jonas and
the last
Adam
cycle
and
yes, Noah. We didn't even see Noah in this episode.
Yeah, so it's really confusing, but still amazing. And I really think this was one of those very emotional ones, because I think this series have had both like more plot driven, more action driven, and then they have had these episodes with a lot of character. We're delving into characters and they're very emotional. Exactly. And it's very
and episodes with a lot of exposition as well, where it's, we've had a couple of them during this season where it's like Adam talking a lot and explaining things, where you're like, okay, that's a lot of neat exposition and confusing terms and stuff. But yeah, I do think like an episode like this is it's one of the ones that's gonna stick, and we're gonna really remember, at least because of the emotional weight of it, and because it really ties a lot of, like, all of it together in a way, because this is it shows us, or it showed us, what happened before it all went to shit.
Yeah. And I feel like they actually filmed this at the same time as when the first started. But I might be wrong. I kind of hope they filmed it in like the same batch, or like in the same.
It would be cool if they did that, actually, and they have actually filmed it chronologically in a way. But that's also, of course, hard to do. But they had a plan from the get-go, is what you guys have told us. So that might have been what happened. Otherwise, it's just they're doing a real good job of weaving everything in there seamlessly and making it look like, for example, the character of Mikkel. He's a child. He's a kid. And normally, kid actors, it's very noticeable when they age, and it's been a year or something when they're filming. So, but you don't really notice it that much in this one. There are, of course, some differences between the Jonas that we've been following, who's been through a lot of the stuff, and with the wound scars and stuff on his neck, and then with the present day but younger Jonas that we saw in this episode. There were some differences there with the hair but so he looked a little bit older, but could have just been makeup. They're doing a really good job either way, I think, with everything, the visual and
One thing though, and I know this is completely meaningless or whatever, but I just noticed that the crops were almost ready to harvest, and I was like, this is the 20th of June, right? So yeah,
they might not have filmed it in June.
Yeah, it's just I know it's a weird thing to notice, but I grew up in the countryside. I know approximately what crops look like at what
time of year.
Yeah. And I think this was just a little bit. This might have been filmed in late July instead, maybe. And I know it's just like 1 month difference or whatever, but it's still, I don't know. It's.
I wouldn't know. I was born and raised in the city, so I have no idea about it.
I just I don't know. I'm weird in that regard. Minor things. Sorry.
No worries.
I think they might have given us a hint about Alexander in this one. Alexander.
You can say it in Danish.
Alexander.
Not with a Copenhagen accent.
So, no, nu gjorde jeg det igen. I think they gave us a hint about Alexander's past, because he was reading this paper, article about like a murder that happened.
Murder that happened 33 years ago.
Yeah, and there were 2 suspects fleeing the scene, and he was shot through the.
We know he was shot, and he had a gun on him, and he just showed up mysteriously in the woods at some point.
And he had some passports.
Yeah, he had multiple passports with him. So we mentioned it during this episode that, like, please tell us more about Alexander. I didn't notice what was in the headline though, and I totally forgot about it later on. So thank you for bringing it up again. Interesting. Okay, so there's definitely something about that. Like we surmised that he was fleeing from something.
But something as serious as a murder. I was really rooting for this guy, man.
Well, we don't know if it's a murder he committed or if it's a murder, like, let's say, if the article said that a couple of people or 2 people fled the scene or something,
I think they said 2 people, like two persons.
Okay, so it could maybe be like him and a partner, and then the partner did something bad, but they both had to flee, and maybe he killed the partner.
Yeah, I was thinking that he killed the partner. Yeah.
Yeah, because either way, it's really interesting to get a little bit more backstory about that guy.
Yeah.
I'm really curious about him. Especially because he's in such a powerful position now. So, and we kind of know how he got there, but it's still like, whoa, you rose quickly through the ranks, it seems.
Yeah, and does he play into this story somehow, like the whole time traveling thing, or is he just a
coincidence that
yeah, exactly, and is it just a very interesting character and with a very secretive background, and I just want to know what happened.
Yeah, me too. And since they're teasing it, I'm sure that they're gonna tell us.
I hope so. I really hope it's not gonna be another Villa thing.
Yeah, where it's just like, so what happened to your eye? Oh, let me tell you about that. And end scene.
Yeah.
He did call Villa.
He did.
Alexander.
So he's they definitely
those two are working together in some way, and he's trusting Villa to do stuff that he's not trusting anyone else to do.
Yeah.
So what kind of relationship do those two characters have?
Yeah. Do they is he like an inside man, Willer? Or like, because it seems like they're always dismissing him, so maybe he's also kind of playing the dismissed person so that he would never be suspected of corruption or whatever. Maybe.
Yeah. We're getting out into a lot of speculation here, of course, but it's possible. A lot of it is possible.
They have to tell his story. They have to.
They absolutely have to. It's gonna be real exciting.
Yeah.
Shit, yeah. Next episode. And we only have 2 left, and then it's the end of the season, and we have to wait for season 3 after that. So, what we're gonna be doing with these 2 last episodes is, as some of you might already know, we are releasing like 1 episode of Dark a week, approximately, and we don't know if it's 100% yet, but we are planning on having a guest for the last episode, a guest from Germany, actually. So someone who speaks the language and can pronounce everything 100% correct.
And maybe she can help us a lot with stuff that is related to.
And she's seen the series before, right? Like
I think we talked about it actually last time she was here visiting, and we talked about Dark and that we just started it, and she said that she saw only the first episode. And then afterwards, she started watching it again.
Okay. So maybe she's seen all of it, or maybe she's just caught up.
Or maybe she's caught up. Maybe she's not. I have to talk to her about that.
Exactly. But you'll find out when we get there and we release the episode. So yeah, do you have anything else you want to get into?
Nope.
Alrighty. Then, as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you as soon as possible. Bye!
Bye!
Auf Wiedersehen! That was weird.
That was a little bit weird, yeah. Guten heute, Leute!